Welcome ladies and gentlemen to another casted game for Age of Empires 4, and today we have something very special for you. It is DauT. He's come back playing Age of Empires 4. As you guys will likely to know, he is one of the greatest of all times in Age of Empires 2. And he did dibble and dabble in the Age of Empires 4 game when it first came out, but he's back playing Age of Empires 4 now. And he's made it clear he's looking to qualify for the Red Bull Wallerlo Legacy Tournament in Germany, Castle Heidelberg. And, well, DauT certainly has the skills, the talent, that is for sure. There's no doubt about that. But whether he has the time to be able to prepare and learn the meta and just get the execution right, well, time will tell. And excited to be able to follow the journey. DauT playing in blue in the south corner of the map as the Holy Roman Empire. And his opponent today, his sparring partner, will be Rharesh playing in teal as the Mongols in the north. The map is Lipany. And certainly an interesting matchup. DauT playing as the Holy Roman Empire today. Probably one of the most strongest civs at the moment. Obviously, the matchup and the map is very key to determining how important the civilization bonuses are. But really, the eco bonuses are so strong for the Holy Roman Empire. They prelate inspiring these villagers, getting them to gather resources 40% faster. And yeah, there's no real doubt about it, but Holy Roman Empire certainly are one of the strong civs at the moment. Mongols, on the other hand, have been buffed recently with the Gur. Have that Gur spawning with them at the beginning of the game. It does act as a scout as well, can gather some sheep. We've seen some funny clips of that. And as you can see, going to gold pretty nice and early for Rharesh. And having the Gur at this kind of early stage is pretty good, because it means that you can get to that feudal age a little bit quicker than they used to. Going up with the Deer Stones, the Holy Roman Empire going up with the Ark Chapel as expected. Let's just take a look at what that's being influenced. That's going to be able to influence the gold, the wood, and the sheep here, especially if he takes the villages on the northern border of that town centre. The Mongols versus Holy Roman Empire. Now, the Holy Roman Empire, you don't want to leave them to boom too hard. Once their eco gets going, sometimes it's a bit unstoppable. And, well, if there's one civilization that will be aggressive, or can be aggressive, it certainly is the Mongols. No outpost rush today, which is commonly a strategy used for the Mongols of late. But since the outposts have been nerfed somewhat, they've got reduced HP, and they do also take longer to build. So once they used to have 1000 HP, but now they've only got 750. And of course now taking longer to build, it's a bit more tricky to get the outpost rush up. And there is the feudal age for DauT and his Holy Roman Empire. Sticking with 4 villages on gold, prelate garrisons inside, going to be inspiring the villagers very nicely. And let's take a look at the map spawn. Very key on maps like Lipany, because you do have 2 sacred sites often spawning very close to each other. And that is indeed on the left side, with a little bit of a cliff on the northern aspect of those 2 sacred sites. On the right, the sacred site is very much closer to Rharesh, so be pretty happy with that. Thinking about relics, which is very key for the Holy Roman Empire. One is actually right at the back of the base for Rharesh, so that should be pretty safe as things go. There are 2 kind of in the middle of the map, and then there are 2 more kind of a bit more favoured for DauT, and that's a little bit tricky for the Mongols matchup. He's going to have to be a little bit more aggressive. Does have the Khan and the Scout just harassing the villagers on gold there. Villagers going to berries, maybe looking to get wheelbarrow early for the Holy Roman Empire. Mongols almost getting it up to the feudal age, going for a stable. We'll have some map presence with the mobility of those horsemen that are bound to come out, and villagers just being harassed on the gold line, 1 extra being taken away. Back to the safety of the town centre. Town centre getting involved in the fire. Now the issue with the scouts is their health doesn't regenerate as quick, so that was a lot of damage being taken. And we do see a horseman on the field for DauT. Now the thing is, the horseman is faster than the scout, so Rharesh is going to try and backtrack with that scout. He will. Now the Khan's in trouble. Does have a manoeuvre arrow he can use just to temporarily boost the speed. He may have to use it to save the Khan. And the horseman, I think, is one of the fastest units, if not the fastest unit in the game. And should be able to save the Khan there, bring him back to the town centre for safety. We do see horsemen coming out, double producing them. These guys are only early horsemen. They need to be upgraded, and that upgrade will be coming in soon. It is a relatively cheap upgrade, 15 food, 35 gold. I believe that's been buffed for the Mongols recently as well in the latest patch. And the upgrade comes in at a very good time, because the horsemen are now upgraded, and they're going to be chasing down DauT's horsemen. The DauT, of course, has indeed gone for a stable himself, continues to produce those horsemen. We'll have some map control with that. mobility at least. Puts an outpost on that gold, which is very far forward, needs protection. Of course, DauT wanting to get to that castle age, which is commonly done with the Holy Roman Empire. Looking smooth though, 500 food almost and about 400 gold. Slowly but surely getting there. Going to berries a little bit early so that the transition's a bit smoother off the sheep. Only 2 villagers on wood, of course not needing so much wood in this part of the game. And did commit to a lumber camp, which you don't always see. Sometimes people put the Ark and Chapel on the wood line because it can act as a drop-off point, but obviously you want the optimal placement, which he does have here, inspiring the gold villagers and the berries as well. Bit of an awkward house placement because you will want to put some farms around the Ark and Chapel, but we shall see if the game even lasts that long. Quite a few villagers on gold now for Rharesh as well. Pretty passive feudalation from both players. I think Rharesh is opting to go for the Castle Age play himself, but has got quite a lot of wood in the bank, perhaps more than he would have wanted. Building a girl on the deer patch, we'll be getting some food from that source. Quite a few horsemen still on the field though for Rharesh, putting some pressure here on the berries. Get some good hits, but the defender's advantage here for DauT, clearly 5 horsemen on the field versus just the 4 for Rharesh. Khan is involved, but quite a few weak units there. Rharesh looking to dive in again. Probably won't be able to focus on the villagers. Needs to engage with the horsemen, but don't forget the home advantage here. There we are, another horseman coming out. So the ability to replenish the army and kind of bolster them up, reinforcements, is certainly easier there for DauT. DauT has enough gold to get up to the next stage. Wheelbarrow has been researched for DauT. No wheelbarrow though for the Mongols. That could become an issue. It means the economy is even weaker than it could be. And we see DauT using a prelate to heal up those units. A nice touch there. You can see the Holy Roman Empire is so strong in so many different ways, and he is now going to go up to the next stage with the Regnus Cathedral, and he can actually start to get those prelates out and about on the field towards the relics and to pick them up as soon as he gets up to the castle age. That would be incredibly strong if he can get some relics in the bank. There's no doubt in my mind, I'm sorry, those puns are going to keep on going, but there's no doubt in my mind that DauT knows exactly what he's doing with the Holy Roman Empire. And there is an archery range going down, double archery ranges to play, maybe for Mangadai. We'll need to see how the Mongols plays this. Whatever he does, he will need to get up to the next stage quickly. He can do so. He hasn't started building just yet. Well, this is a terrible fight for Rharesh. He will not want to take this fight, but he is. He's just completely outnumbered, outgunned. He will need to pull this back. I'm not sure why he's engaging here. Oh, that was a big misplay there. He does start to try and pull back, but he's lost so many of his units. Now he's going to be under pressure. Took a bad fight. Things might snowball from here. Now getting to the castle age now. Mongols have no map control, no ability to snipe prelates with relics. That's a big problem. Going up with the stepward DauT with 16 villagers rushing that up. He wants to get to the castle age ASAP. Now we might even see some lancers or knights coming out for DauT. It's actually going to be upgrading his veteran, his horseman to veterancy before he does anything else. And yeah, picking up relics already, as we spoke about. Getting some prelates from the Regnus Cathedral. That's actually a new touch. The Regnus Cathedral itself can produce prelates, and yeah, Holy Roman Empire looking strong. Already 2 relics being brought in. DauT just keeping an eye on things, making sure he gets those relics in home safe, and can even afford to garrison a relic in the outpost if he so wishes to bolster the strength of that. The problem for Rharesh is kind of cut off gold here. DauT keeping the horseman there. He knows his opponent is lacking the army, and there's not a lot of gold here on the map for Rharesh to take. He's going to need to push this back somehow. Maybe there's some Mangadai. He's actually going to go for crossbowmen and double producing spears. So it's going to be crossbow spears, the army composition of choice for the Mongols today. DauT just going to go around the right side, camping on those berries. Doesn't want to let Mongols expand into the pocket economies. Now looking to harass the villagers on the deer. Couple of spearmen just keeping their formations there on the back of the base. Looking to protect the eco if they needed, and now horsemen are going to dive in. Rharesh pulls the villagers back. But DauT will need to be careful. Yep, he does pull away from the spearmen, does not want to engage in that is for sure. And pulls away. Those horsemen will look for a different angle of attack. Going for the berries now, DauT. He has the map control with the army, and now can establish some pocket ecos. 3 relics in the Regnus Cathedral already. Things looking good for him on this front, getting a knight out on the field as well. And you get the feeling that the Mongols are struggling here a little bit. Horseman does get caught out there. He loses 2 horsemen there pretty cheaply. And DauT bringing those horsemen back at home. But most of the relics he wanted already, just this one at the back that he hasn't been able to acquire. Can't really blame him for that. Not really his relic to take. Relic does get deposited in the outpost. Blacksmith is there as well. On the west side, sends a knight directly to the villagers on gold, and this is a problem. You get the feeling this is going to become a recurrent problem for the Mongols. No outpost there. Does have the wood to place an outpost. A couple of horsemen does get taken out there by DauT. A little bit of a miss micro there. And has to head back home. Those lancers, those knights getting good value. Let's take a look at the villager count. 36 for Rharesh. 38 for DauT, but that doesn't tell the full picture, of course, with the Ark and Chapel inspiring those villagers. Although the Step DauT will be doing decent work as well, though there aren't really any villagers making use of that, I'm afraid. Not at the moment. And Rharesh is bringing his army back. He's going to need to solidify this position with static defences. Got to drop some outposts. Can't afford to lose control of the gold again. Does have enough wood for a second town centre. That could be on his mind. Survival techniques coming in for Rharesh. Better late than never. Quite a few dip to still to take, so not a bad option. Here come the farm placement for DauT. Switching to barracks, it looks like it's going to be man-at-arms being played by DauT here. Did see some crossbowmen being queued up for Rharesh at the beginning of Castle Age, so we shall see if he's going to commit to that. It'll be good for him if he does, because he will be up against man-at-arms. Kind of expected against the Holy Roman Empire. Now wheelbarrow does get researched. Again, better late than never. 13 minutes into the game, bit of a lost opportunity there with the wheelbarrow. A lot of villagers idle here, going to be pushed over to another resource, to the berries. Forward he goes, DauT, to the berries. Going to send his cavalry forward a little bit more. And the prelate does get sniped there. It was the relic right at the back of Raresh's base, so it's pretty important that Rharesh got that. I mean, that'd be pretty devastating if DauT managed to get that, but he already has 4 relics. Be very happy with that. Sending the relic into the furthermost outpost there on the berries. Again, a very strong position here for DauT. Spearman going to rush in. DauT paying attention though. We'll get a couple of hits taken by the Khan, and initially from the crossbows. Just a couple of spearmen here protecting the gold vein. Very crucial that he does that. Here we are. Another knight coming in for DauT. His micros on point, keeping an eye on when things are. Could see a bit of an engagement here. Need to keep an eye on this. Rharesh spots it. He's going to send the spearman in, and DauT wasn't paying attention for just for a split second, but does get a charge attack. Should get one villager for his cause. Another hit. Oh, actually, he's focusing on a different villager. He got a charge attack on one villager and started attacking another. Does get one of the villagers though, which is pretty key. And Lancer coming in for Rharesh now. Going to snipe a village on the gold. Pretty nicely done. Man-at-Arms going to try and save the day, but a bit too late. Bit of an altercation here on the right side. Spearman chasing around. Mobility certainly on the side of DauT, which is not what you usually expect. Mongols are usually the ones, well, they're supposed to be the ones that are being aggressive, but the Holy Roman Empire seems so strong these days that often it's them being the aggressors. It's a Lancer there, a knight there. A bit surprised. Nothing garrisoned inside the outpost. Now the outpost has been garrisoned, so can benefit from this enhancement with the relic. And there is the fast Imperial Age for DauT, and that's going to be crucial. I'm sure it's going to be the Palace of Swabia. Keep an eye on where that landmark has been built. Don't quite see it yet. Yep, there it is. On the deer and the wood. So this is going to be a problem for Rharesh because he's already behind in economy, and that's just going to get worse and worse. And looks like a clinic here being set up by DauT on how to play Holy Roman Empire, doing fantastically well. Mongols are struggling here, that's for sure. Rharesh will be looking to go up to the Imperial Age himself soon, but needs a bit of gold. He needs to be spending those resources. He needs to make a decision whether he's going to go a bit more heavier into the Castle Age himself and try and see this game out, or whether he's going to go to Imperial Age himself. Get the feeling he needs to push hard and fast here. I think going to the Imperial Age, it'll be tricky. It'll be tricky. He needs to do something fast, whatever he does. He's building a trebuchet in the field. Does suggest that he's going to be quite aggressive in the late Castle Age for him. He's going to have to be quick about it though, because this printer is printing villagers. I get the feeling the Mongols are on a bit of a timer here. 16 minutes into the game, and Rharesh is going to start to push now. Got plenty of food in the bank, struggling for the gold, must be said. Despite 14 on gold and the step out, Trebuchet start focusing fire on the outposts. But the villagers have done their berry picking, most of it. Relic being pulled away and taken back home. towards a safer location. He wants to keep hold of that 100 gold per minute, and who could blame him? At the moment with 4 relics. Pretty impressive here. 400 gold per minute because of that. That's the equivalent of 10 villages. And it's not to be sniffed at. Man-at-arms on the front line. Going to engage with the lancers. Spearmen in behind with crossbows in behind. That's not really a good fight for DauT. I'm not entirely sure why he's taking it. He's going to try and clear up as many knights as he can. But I think that's the arrow. That's the attack speed arrow used by the Khan. Crossbow's going to sweep up the rest of the man-at-arms. I mean, these are elite man-at-arms, to be fair. And I think DauT just got outnumbered there. He didn't get out-teched, of course, being in the Imperial Age. This is where Rharesh could make a difference as long as he can keep the military numbers up. 2 trebuchets on the field. Now starting to put some pressure on the outpost, but DauT using the emergency repairs. It's so hard to kill off the Holy Roman Empire when they get like this with the emergency repairs. Siege Workshop going down. Maybe looking to get some Springolds. But how's he doing on the gold count? DauT not bad at all. And so as you'd expect with 4 relics. That's 400 gold per minute just from the relics alone. Repairing the outpost with stone. 3 trebuchets. There is a Springold on the field, so Rharesh will need to be careful. Now moving towards the left side. Oh, I think he maybe... I don't know if he spotted it or how he noticed it. But he does see the man-at-arms. The man-at-arms going to cycle around the left side. Looking to get some eco damage, but crossbows will commence the chase. The marching drills for the Holy Roman Empire will mean they're faster, but the Khan is making his way there as well, so might use the maneuver arrow. Is still on the cooldown though, so can't really do so. Mangonel there on the field for defense for DauT. Spearmen on the front line, going to need to engage against the man-at-arms, and this is a problem now for Rharesh. His army's been caught into, the crossbows are needed here, and the trebuchets are going to try and head back to try and survive. Man-at-arms are going to try and take at least one of the trebuchets down. Maneuver arrow being used. Affects the siege as well, so they'll be a little bit quicker at moving away. The man-at-arms do go down for DauT, because the crossbows come in at just the right time. 3 trebuchets unpacked, going to be starting to unfold and attack the outpost, which has been fortified, but the man-at-arms are pushing the villagers off of gold. That's incredibly key. Rharesh needs that gold income, and he's struggling to get that gold income at the moment. Villagers being pulled away. Oh, it's going to be a bit of a massacre here. One doesn't go down yet. Oh, nice play there to peel off a couple of crossbows. Going to micro this well. Rharesh survives, and this is actually a very nice play by Rharesh. Despite being an age behind, he's making what he has count. Does lose a trebuchet though to a Springold. Mangonel looking to be taken down, but the Mangonel should be able to get a shot off here on the Spearman. Big amounts of damage, and that's an issue. Mangonel being repaired by DauT as well, and this could be the tide that turns the fight. Mangonel is getting huge amounts of damage on the spears. This is not what Rharesh would have wanted. He would have wanted to take out that Mangonel. Another fire should be taken off by the Mangonel, and a lot of damage is done. Another Mangonel is on the field. 2 Mangonels and a Springold. Rharesh having to pull back here. Crossbows getting involved in the fight. Man-at-arms not doing the damage he wants there for DauT. Mangonels will force us back, and you get the feeling this is going to be trouble for Rharesh. He needs Springolds, and he needs a lot of them. Rharesh is back on gold though, but only with 7 villagers. Let's take a look at the village count. Speaking of villagers, 92 for DauT, 55 for Rharesh. The longer this game goes, the Holy Roman Empire looking strong. You just get the feeling that Rharesh hasn't been able to push this game fast enough. We'll get a couple of hits on the Mangonel. Will he be repairing that in time? I don't believe so. DauT doesn't notice it at all. The village is repairing the Mangonel that's there. On the back line, Lancer trying to get some damage here. Knights, but Rharesh good to keep a couple of army units behind. Oh, that could be a big massacre for Rharesh. If DauT's paying attention, he should be able to see that. If he does, that'll become a big problem. He does just about see that, but not paying attention there just yet. Mangonel's a man-at-arms with a relic there as well. Trebuchet's firing off on the blacksmith. You see, in true Mongol style, villagers are starting to build some outposts, trying to form a staging ground to attack from. Man-at-arms charge in. Probably more just for scouting, because they don't get much more value than that, but holy smokes, DauT. A lot of villagers here for the taking. 10 of them could be taken quite quickly, if only he notices, but he doesn't. Quite a lot of wood being floated by Rharesh, but lacking the gold at this stage. Look at the economy for DauT, farming away around the Ark and Chapel. And yeah, the timer is ticking, and it's ticking fast because Rharesh's window of opportunity to push this game is slowly fading out. You get the feeling that DauT is just building up an army here, and there's some Lance Connector as well in the mix, and he's looking to build up a force that can't be defeated. Does lose another mangonel though rather cheaply. Man-at-Arms still not aware. It's now 2 Springals on the field for the Mongols, pushing forward with 3 trebuchets again, but look at the economy absolutely buzzing here for DauT. He could lose a couple of villages and then some, but DauT losing a couple of siege engines on the field, not paying attention here. 2 Springals trying to get a fire off there, but don't quite manage it. Crossbow is going to take out some of the man-at-arms. It's a good army composition here for Rharesh, but there is a Springal emplacement in that outpost and has been fortified as well with the relic. Lancers charge into the front lines, do get snared by the spearmen. Lance Connector involved as well. This is the big fight we've been waiting for. Crossbows are behind, Springal and trebuchets firing off. But it just feels like these man-at-arms, and these are elite man-at-arms, don't forget. These are elite Lance Connector. The tech advantage is huge here for DauT, and despite having less numbers, he's fighting this back, and Rharesh is struggling here. This could be the beginning of the end for this fight, and Rharesh possibly has missed his timing here. Missed the window to attack. He's going to lose another trebuchet. Maybe even all 3. We'll need to see if that happens. The crossbow's still doing decent damage against the elite man-at-arms, but usually this would be enough to one-shot, but because these guys are elite, these are Imperial Age units versus Castle Age units effectively, and Rharesh is being pushed back. DauT is going to be happy with that. He knows he's going to be ahead with the economy. There's no way that they can keep up with the Palace of Swabia. That's for sure. Look at his food income here. Incredible. Again, these villagers. At what point do these man-at-arms go on auto-attack? Who knows? Ooh, keep going here on the left side. Going to protect that gold. DauT playing with a lot of awareness of the map. Going to be mining that gold if he needs to. But the more important, he's going to deny the gold for the Mongols. And Rharesh, speaking of gold, has to go for the forward gold vein there. That's that, and that is just super forward, you know. Super exposed. No outposts there. Sending army on the front line. Not much there left, though. DauT looking strong with 3.5k food in the bank. Didn't get the feeling that Rharesh might have just one large push in front of him. Well, the man-at-arms did notice, killed a lot of villagers. Crossbows being pulled back to try and take care of these 3 man-at-arms, but villagers again. Another villager does go down. Not enough to one-shot. I think a couple more villagers will go down. No, maybe not. Decent numbers there. Despite being Castle Age unit, he does deal with it. Mongols need to pull the army together now. One big fight here, but now there are bombards. And now that there are bombards on the field for DauT, you get the feeling this is going to be tough for Rharesh to push this back. Missing his timing here. A couple of man-at-arms. Gonna cycle through to the main area of the town centre. Gonna be taking a couple of those villagers down, no doubt. These guys get tickled by arrow fire, so Rharesh might lose a bit here. Might lose the Khan. Villagers are garrisoning in, but yeah, the man-at-arms are going to be very tanky here. You can see just one man-at-arms taking the brunt of that arrow fire. Bombards protected by some man-at-arms spearmen and some lance connector. Mixed army of elite army here for DauT and the Holy Roman Empire now pushing forward. A couple of Springals there, but that's going to be tricky. And now the infantry does push forward for DauT. Will snipe out one Springal. Rharesh not turning back and fighting. It probably realizes he can't and is so far back in economy. You find it hard for Rharesh to pull back in this game. And it's just a moment of time before he realizes that. And you think once he does, he will be tapping out. DauT pushing forward with his army, elite army. They are being sniped. Decent bit of kiting here, decent bit of micro here. Good practice for Rharesh, but once the lance connector get into the middle of that and start attack moving, that's going to be a problem. Horsemen cycling in through as well. These are elite horsemen. These will be a fantastic counter to the crossbowmen. The crossbowmen will absolutely melt to these. And Rharesh being pinned backwards and backwards and backwards. DauT pushing forward with the Holy Roman Empire. Lance connector going to be sweeping up the rest of this in the back. And the villagers going to run for their lives, and you just get the feeling now Rharesh is going to be calling it quits because he is under pressure. And there it is. He calls the GG. He taps out DauT. We were in no doubt about DauT's capabilities playing the Holy Roman Empire, and he gets the win today against Rharesh, showing how he can defend against some early aggression from the Mongols and taking the victory today. Hope you guys enjoy this casted game, and if you did, do give it a thumbs up. Take care, and hopefully see you next time.